What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Wednesday. It's the hump day, September 4th, 2024. Low on energy today. I will do my best to power through. I know these shows are not super long, so just I have not slept well in like years, it seems like. Anyways, it's catching up with me. Anyway, I did fuel up on some coffee, so hopefully I'll talk fast and I won't sound like I'm dragging ass here. Please hit like and subscribe on the videos, as always. You know the drill. Leave a comment, por favor me. And we're grinding through another week of Buckeye football here. Can't wait. Night game though, 7:30 p.m. on BTN. So not great. Why? Why are we playing Western Michigan at 7:30? I don't know. Anyways, so today we're talking about the highlights from Ryan Day's press conference. He had a lot to talk about. A lot of times, they say that the old saying is you improve the most from week one to week two. Week one, you got a lot of stuff on film and actual game situations, so it's a lot to work on. So it's interesting. I don't know if I actually believe that you get better the most between 1 and 2. I would say 1 to 12, but whatever. I don't care. It's an old saying, so it must be true, right? Anyway, so let's get into it. Some of the stuff that Ryan Day talked about that is important to me. Hopefully you too. The effort across the board was solid, he said. They would also like to have gotten out to a fast start offensively. You're going to hear that throughout this show. Injury updates. Cody Simon, the linebacker, and Donovan Jackson are both day to day. They'll see how each day goes, and who knows, they could be out another week. I would imagine they probably want to get them in at least for a half this coming week if they're good to go. They don't need to play the whole game for sure. I think we're like 38-point favorites. So, and Ryan Day talked just generally about getting to the playoffs and everything. He said we control our own destiny. The guys have to know when they go into a game that every rep matters, every snap matters. And that's important because you're being graded on every snap you take, and you could be earning or losing playing time depending on how you perform in those snaps, right? So that's why they all matter. On the offensive side of the ball, Ryan Day talked about the helmet communications. He said it's different. A lot more teams were huddling. It was good, but there's still an element of the no huddle that people use. He said it went well for them in week one. He was asked, how did it go not calling plays for once? He said it was good. He said the calls came in quickly. They can still be cleaner in the execution of the offense. They can get in and out of the huddle faster. They can be sharper in everything they're doing. But the operation of the play calling, the process was clean. He said the iPads made a significant difference on the sidelines because it's real information. The players can see it, and the communication from coaches to players is great. Now, talking specifically about Will Howard, quarterback, he was asked, did you see a veteran quarterback out of Will Howard? Ryan Day said, yes, he played well. You can tell. He just hasn't played in this offense before, so he's still picking that up. The timing on his 3 touchdown throws were the product of timing and a lot of hard work. He handled himself well and had a command of the offense. He said Will Howard can be a very good scrambler. He can extend plays and convert third downs. It changes how the defense plays against you. It gives the receivers more time to get open. He said, Ryan Day said he'll do more dropping back than he's done before at Kansas State. He needs to take care of the football, obviously. He had one bad play, but also threw a ball away, which was a good play. Remember, Ryan Day always says the best play is just to throw the ball into the stands. And Ryan Day said Will Howard moved around with a purpose. They never talked about getting a third quarterback into the game on Saturday, though. The coaching staff didn't. They wanted to give Devin Brown time and reps to run the offense. So he wouldn't really commit to who the third quarterback in would be. So we'll have to wait and see if and when that happens. Maybe this week. O line. He talked about the O line. He was asked how much the running game impacted having the first time starters at guards. He said, "We're not in the excuse making business. We're at Ohio State. They both now have a frame of reference to build on." Talking about Austin Sarabelda and Tegra Shabola. Specifically on Sarabelda, he said Austin could be in the mix as a starter when Donovan Jackson gets back. He did look like a first time starter at times. He's close to grading out a champion almost. Even if Donovan Jackson is healthy, you'd still like to get Austin some reps. He needs to keep playing. He's playing at a starter level right now. So that's good to hear from just a second year guy. Sarabeld is a redshirt freshman. So that's key. Put that in the Justin Fry development column. Check mark there. Ryan Day talked about the run blocking. He said there were good snaps, but there were some plays where they got to the perimeter but didn't make a defender miss. So that's on the running back. Other times the blockers didn't identify who they should block. So it's kind of screwed up to be sitting there in your stance before the ball is snapped as an offensive lineman, not knowing who the hell you're going to block. That seems like a problem. Anyway, tight ends. As a group, the tight ends blocked well. They had two champions grade out at the tight end position. There will be more production moving forward by the tight ends, but there's some good effort clips, including Will Kazmarek. He pancaked a defender. It was a big day for Jelani Thurman. He had more snaps than he's gotten in the past. So it was a good game to get under his belt. And he played through some mistakes and got better. So that's positivity. I saw some of the blocking by the tight ends was not good. And I talked about it. Was that Monday on the Monday on the offense grades. So I keep forgetting what damn day of the week it is. I thought it was Friday today. Anyways, Ryan Day talked about the defense a little bit. He said that the linebackers played hard overall. He said that Sonny Styles handled the move to Mike very well in such a short time frame. His communication was good, and he had the defense on the same page. And everybody has their own thing they need to work on. So that probably could be said for everybody on the team. He did say Arvell Reese deserves more snaps. He played well because of his preparation. At one moment last week, his preparation was only okay. Then he eventually dug in and allowed himself to play fast by improving his preparation. And that's a big part of playing linebacker. Ryan Day reviews their tip sheets and their tests. They have to take a test every week on their opponent. And they get these tip sheets from James Laurinaitis. He said that there's a lot for the linebackers to know on a weekly basis. So he said Reese really strained, gave extra effort during the game, and it was impressive to see. So expect to see more Arvell Reese on the defense, not just special teams anymore. And on those special teams, Ryan Day said the punt return was better. I think we can all agree with that. We actually returned the punts. That's a step. Day said he was disappointed in the first kickoff return. That's on the coaches. They had the opportunity to pop that one. They've worked really hard to be aggressive on fielding the punts. They've done a study that if a ball hits the ground on turf, it costs you at least 10 yards. So that's an important note. Brandon Ennis did a good job of controlling the lost yardage. Gaining possession is the most important thing. But again, if he picked up that first punt that was like going to be downed inside the 5, he picked it up on the run with his back to the punter, picked it up on the sideline, and brought it back like 30 yards. That was a couple first downs right there that he saved the offense. So love Ennis, love what he's bringing to the punt return game. This week against Michigan State, Ryan Day said that they want to get off to a fast start on Saturday, have great energy, and be in the moment. And on Western Michigan, they gave Wisconsin a little bit of a scare last week. He said, ultimately, it comes down to you, not your opponent. Uh, I've been there before on both sides of this. He said, it always comes back to your training. Western Michigan played well. It's good for them to see them against a Big Ten opponent. They have a good team. So, yeah, it is a good measuring stick to see one of these MAC teams take on a middle of the road, upper middle of the road, whatever you want to call Wisconsin, um, to see how they measure up. So, um, that's Ryan Day talking a lot of offense and how things went last week. The general takeaway is everybody needs to improve, but I think you're going to see more Austin Saravel, more Arvell Reese, probably some Cody Simon. I don't know. I don't think you need to play him a whole game. Same for Donovan Jackson. So, and just continue to build. Is see these building blocks. It's just one step of 12 as you're going up a ladder. So let's level up to week 2. Let's see vast improvement. No bonehead plays from the quarterback. No bonehead penalties by certain defensive players, IGB, things like that. So cleaner operation from start to finish. Let's start off fast, and maybe we can get those starters out of the game in the third quarter, not the fourth quarter like last week. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Is there somebody you're watching? A note that maybe stuck out to you? Talk to you later. Go Bucks.